everyone, this is EstaRa with a message for you today. It is Saturday, May 6, 2017. I just recorded a video earlier this morning. It's called Lightworkers Find Your Joy. I highly recommend you watch it, especially if you've been struggling with what's been happening here in the United States in terms of all the energies, the heaviness, the craziness that's going on in terms of the political world at the moment. And I tried to record this about, 7 times already, so this is going to try again. It looks like the video is recording properly. It's not like crazy like it was earlier. So hopefully this will get to you and it will work out well. So this is a Twinflame message, and also I have a Twinflame reading that I'm going to do for you. I haven't done that in a long time. And in case you didn't see my other video, my previous one from this morning, I just want to let you know, thank you to all of you who've been concerned about my well-being. I am feeling a little better today. There is no more, I'm not having chest pains anymore, which is huge. And I'm also feeling like the other symptoms are starting to lighten up. So the good news is I am on my way to recovery. It's been a long journey, I must tell you. And I've not done a reading in a long time. I do channel messages to all of you every time I do something, but I haven't done a specific card reading. So I thought I might do that for you today. Now, in the meantime, before that goes on, I want to, in case you don't look at the other video, but I highly recommend you do, one of the things that Spirit is conveying to me and to all of us is to find our joy inside of us. So that raises our frequency. I talk to you about that all the time. Raise your frequency, raise your frequency, raise your frequency. And that is really the message, because when you're in high frequency, usually you're in lighter energy. And when you find that you're in high frequency and you have a lot of negativity, that means you're actually releasing it. It's coming out of you. It's leaving you, and it might go in your field and get clogged. So that's why energy healing is really helpful. That's why doing your own clearings, doing your grounding, that will be helpful with the energy in your field. That's a really important thing. One of the interesting things that I've noticed recently is that being in high frequency, I am lighter. I feel lighter, but the energy sometimes has a density around me, or I release density within me that needs to get cleared and moved. And so what I highly recommend is that you do that. Do a routine where every day you're clearing and you're aligning yourself, because that will allow energies to disperse and not stay in your field and affect you. The other thing that I'd like to say about the joy piece is really, we want to be with our beloved. But here's the thing. If we're staying in pain, suffering, longing, emotion, sadness, and here's what's crazy is a lot of our divine complements, our twins, they're actually struggling right now, especially if they are on the divine masculine journey of opening their hearts and expanding into their intuition and embodying their intuitive self and becoming who they truly are. If they're in that space, a lot of emotion is happening. And as I talk about that, I feel it right in my heart chakra. So we're all having this right now. And them being in that space, it's sometimes more important for us to be more vigilant about us being okay. And I have to tell you, I'm guilty of just I just want to get up in the morning, do my yoga, make my breakfast, and have a day. But I can't. I have a whole routine that I do to make sure, one, I'm okay for me, okay for my twin, but also okay to do my work. And so it's not always easy, and it is an effort, it is work. But here's the thing, that we don't do it, that's when we end up in more of a crisis, if you will. When I get too comfortable and I think, I'm doing good, I don't nearly need to do that today, I'm good, I can skip it, and I start skipping things, that's when I feel like my energy gets out of whack, out of alignment. And so it's really very beneficial for me. And so I'm assuming it would be beneficial for all of you as well. So I want to do a little brief... I'm feeling I want to do a brief clearing for you at this moment. So what I'm going to ask you to do is place your hands on your heart chakra crossed over like that, if you can. Tune in, feel it in your body, put your hands there, feel your body getting calm and relaxed. And remove the microphone away because I really don't want it to be screaming in your ear. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes now too for the moment. O makaya pala kayi sa tayi no mo kai tara kamana ro ba si kashi no mara la I to ba kala na ro ba I na na ro kara ba ya sa ma a po kara na isa jo ba ya ola akaye mendo ba hi la to ka shima na de boko sa yeta ye mana na do ala ko pa na na ako pero ko sa yete shokoti de bro la kai ai to ba ai to ba ai de pala ile parare pai a kala la makashaya yana mokashaya na mokashia na mokashina na Okay, so that is just a brief little energy clearing of some of the congestion at the heart chakra that I was just feeling when I was talking to all of you. And I actually feel like I'm tuning into people, so I feel like I'm feeling their stuff. So while our divine masculine is going through lots of changes and their transformation and their stuff, it's heavy for them. It's emotional for them. It's traumatic for them in some ways because they're actually working on things that they never did or things that they've been suppressing and not wanting to go to. They start to push it down. So that's huge what's going on with them. In the meantime, we're going through our own thing of self-discovery, right? So we're still discovering things about ourselves, our power, our creation energy, our soul energy. So as our beloved might be going through their own, I don't want to say awakening because again, they're awake, but it is kind of like another level of ascension, another level of awakening that's happening for them. So as that's happening and occurring for them, what is going on with our beloveds is affecting us. So anything that happens with us affects them, but anything that's happening with them is affecting us. And so a lot of times I find myself I'm doing okay, to be honest with you. Mentally, I've been doing well. But I have these moments where I get really emotional and I feel it, and then I realize it's not all mine. Yes, I can attribute it to like, oh, I miss him. I haven't talked to him. I really long for hearing his voice. But the truth is, it usually comes in when I'm not thinking about him. I'm doing something else, and I have this feeling of like, I should be upset. I miss him. I should get upset, and I could attribute it to that, but it's not that. It's usually something else. And I feel like it's coming from his energy, like he's going through emotions. And then if I like pay attention to like what's going on in my head, the thoughts that are coming through, they're not even mine. I recognize they're his thoughts. So that's a really interesting thing that's been happening, not just for me. I feel like it's happening to a lot of you. And one of the things that my guides have been saying is, raise your frequency by staying in joy and peace and love. Find those energies. So it's really important for you to find those energies. One of the things that people have thought, well, I'm doing what I love, or I feel happy. But here's the thing: unconsciously, we might not be feeling that. Like, I know for myself, I intend to spread love every day. I want to share love with everyone, spread it with everybody I meet. I want everyone to feel some love. But here's what's crazy is there's days that I don't feel that. There's days I feel sad, or I feel angry, or I feel upset about something, or I feel frustrated. It could be like multiple times in a day that I feel happy, sad, all over the place. But it doesn't mean that I don't have the intention of being in love or being in joy. But what happens is the energy unconsciously is going out. That is not love and not joy, if that's what I'm feeling. And if that stays in my field, that's what's being out there and presented. So one of the things is to become more consciously aware of what is going on inside of you and what you're feeling, and finding ways to bring joy and happy to your life. Because there's plenty of ways out there. It's just a matter of doing it. Because a lot of us, we just trust that it'll be taken care of, but it's actually up to us because we are that divine aspect of God within us. So we can create our reality with everything we do. Okay, so that's my little tidbit about finding joy, but go to my other video, previous one from today, that might help you a little bit more. And I wanted to also share with you that as the divine masculine is going through this massive thing, you're going to feel more of a separation. You're going to feel more of, when they're in their real crisis, their real emotional crisis, you may feel more of a separation. One is they're trying to shield you and protect you from what they're feeling. And the other is because they're really sinking deep and heavy into their stuff. And you're in the space of like trying to be moving forward. Well, that's where we need to keep going. We can't stop. We have to keep going, because the more we keep going, the more we're bringing what it is we really want. And you don't keep going to the detriment of yourself. So what I mean by that is honor where you're at. If you feel like you need time to be just okay, be okay. You know, I had been sick, as you know from the previous videos, really pretty sick, and I still tried to work. There were about 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, where it was so bad that I did not work. I didn't take anybody. I had to keep canceling people, and I felt horrible about that. And I'm still trying to catch up with some of the online things, like the video readings that I have to do. I don't have many left. I think I have like 2 people left. I'm still trying to catch up since I've been feeling better the last few days, really. I have to remember to take time for myself. I have to remember, if I'm not feeling good, I need to honor that, because it's affecting everything else, you know. And if I don't honor that, then I will get sicker, or I won't be okay. And then I won't be able to maintain my higher frequency energy. I'll actually have to work harder to maintain it. You know, that's huge. And I think we forget that. I think we put ourselves in such a place of service to humanity that we forget sometimes that we need to be okay with us. And I am definitely guilty of that. And then also the other thing that, last thing I want to say about the joy piece is, there are times that we don't feel joy, and that's totally okay. The message is not to get upset or disappointed if you're not in joy. The message is, okay, this is where you're at right now. Don't spiral downward. And now remember how to get back to joy, and how to remember to get back to love. That has been the theme for the week. I have to tell you, Spirit has brought that message to me at least half a dozen times. So that's why I'm sharing it with all of you, in case you're like, why are you sharing this with me? All right, so let's do some reading for where the divine twins are right now. So I have my cards, which y'all know. Give me a moment to shuffle them, and let me place them out. So we're going to pull one for the divine masculine, one for the divine feminine, and one for the union, the twin flame couple. Like the cards. Okay, divine feminine, 7 of crystals. So let me show that card to you. You can see that? So looking at this card, you can see this this gnome sitting on, it's really cool, a very beautiful rug that looks like chakra colors if you look at it. And there's all these candles being lit. And so she's lighting her altar. It's her altar. You can see that she's actually setting herself up to be in alignment. And I want to say this is exactly what the divine feminine is going through. So again, divine feminine does not necessarily mean you are a female. It just means that you express the divine feminine in this life. So you could actually be male and express the divine feminine. So I'm going to say she, just because it's just easier to put that pronoun with divine feminine. When I look at this, I look at the divine feminine, I feel like she's aligning herself. She's on her altar. She's like, I know what it is I want, and I know what it is I need to do. And I know there's still some work ahead for me, but I'm not worried, because I know it's going to happen. Here's my altar. Here's my offering to spirit. I'm saying this is what I want and I need help with. And I feel like she's lining things up. She's getting things ready. And what's really beautiful to me, I actually feel like it's not just her vision of the future. I feel like it's her entire being is becoming in alignment with Source. And in doing so, she's aligning her twin as well. So the union is getting ready to be aligned. And I actually feel like she's really taking action. She's doing what's necessary. So like I said to you just earlier, that you need to keep moving forward, but if you feel like you need to pull back, you need to do that. That's what she's doing. She's recognizing that now's the time to go forward, and she's taking into account what needs to happen. So I love the divine feminine card. So divine masculine, let me pull the card for the divine masculine. It's the little red cap. Let me show that to you. I really love this card. So when I look at this card, I actually see a butterfly at the tip of her finger, little red cap, little red riding hood, also known as. and she's got a basket and it's filled with apples. So to me, this speaks about the divine masculine being ready. He's in transformation. He's changing and he's ready. He's readying himself. I'm hearing readying himself. He's got abundance. So he's received his gifts. He's received what he needs to. All that stuff is coming in. So he is getting ready, but he's still in the middle of transformation. He's like thinking about it, reflecting upon what his goals are going forward, reflecting upon the path that he must take, reflecting about the timing. I feel like all of that stuff is happening with our divine masculine. That's actually an amazing message, because I have to tell you, I haven't been really doing these card readings in a while, so this is kind of fun for all of you. And so it's kind of neat to do that. The other interesting thing that I do see over here, I see the big bad wolf in the corner hiding behind, almost hidden, but obviously not, because we can see him. But what that means to me is the divine masculine is a target for dark energies. Well, why are they a target? Are they like saying, "Oh, dark energy, I'm coming after you"? No, it's more about because they're in that emotional crisis, they're in that healing, that cleansing, that spiritual awakening phase of like ascending. They're like moving upward, and as they're doing that, they're becoming open and raw. So negative entities love being around the rawness and the emotion, the pain, so that's huge. And my guides want me to remind you something else when we bring this card back up. So 7 of crystals for the divine feminine. If you notice, there's no big bad wolf. There's nothing dark really there. And she's lighting things up. So she's already in her light. She's already learning to navigate this new energy and be in light, where he's just beginning to find his path and transform, and has this energy back there that's like, oh, I'm going to poke at you a little bit and create more havoc in your life. So that's where the divine masculine is at this point. And the union. I got to tell you, whenever I see this card for union, and I've seen it before for union, I'm sure you've seen one of my videos with it, the guardian angel, I love it. It's like totally letting you know everything is in divine and perfect order. If you look at it, your union is being watched over. It is totally being handled. And what I'm hearing is that it's all about trust. It always comes back to trust. And a lot of us have not been trusting, but they're just giving us this very clear guidance that you are totally surrounded by love and protection. And the other message I'm getting from this is that it would be I'm trying to get their words. It'll be really helpful to you to consciously do a protection around you every day. One of the things that I do on a daily basis is I ask for 3 inches of rose pink energy to be placed around me and around my beloved, and a blue dome of protection over us. I will even ask for Archangel Michael to protect me as my day goes forward. I will ask my guides to protect, empower, assist, and guide me and my beloved every day in every way they could. So I feel like the message for the divine union is actually know that you're protected, know that you have love and support around you, and also consciously do something to protect every day. Why is that helpful, since we already have help around us? Well, that's helpful because, again, everything's free will. And so if we actually consciously ask for assistance, then we're getting that to take care of us. And as we're consciously doing that, we feel that comfort level inside of us, and then it's easier to trust because we actually consciously asked for it. Is the help still there even if we're not consciously? Absolutely, it's there. But we actually need to take that step because humanly, we have it set in our mind that we're not protected if we don't consciously do it. So I know for myself that I do a conscious protection of myself every day. I'm also hearing that in that card, the angel is carrying paper and flowers. This is a contract between you and your beloved, an eternal contract, one that will never go away, one that has been there since the beginning of time. And the flowers to me represents peace that will always be part of your soul. And so when I look at this, I feel like they're just reminding both you and your twin of your contract. And here's what's crazy. So I'm saying this to all of you, but I'm getting messages from my personal life and myself. that I contracted with my beloved to be the awakened one this time around, and to be the one that would bring us back together, to do the work that's necessary to help us both, while he went into the deeper, darker parts of the world, if you will, deeper, darker parts of humanity, by enmeshing himself so fully that he doesn't remember everything. And so, to me, this card is like symbolic of me remembering that I have a contract with my beloved to help him during this time. So while he's going through struggles, it's not for me to abandon, not for me to run away, not for me to give up. And I'm hearing that really strong because my guides are like, yes, you just wanted to give up earlier today. You were like done. You said you were done. I did. I said I was done. I'm done. But I'm not. I'm never done. And I know that. Like, I'll have moments where I say that. But the truth is I'm never done, because I do believe in us. I do believe in our union. And I really believe in our love. And whether we talk or not, it's there. Whether I see him or not, it's there. Whether he's consciously in my field where I feel him so consciously or not, it's there. We still love each other, and it's always going to be there. So I hope that helps all of you and gives you some message for the weekend. This is a reading that I feel like for the next few days, but the message is about joy. I think that's going to be ongoing, truly, because I feel like we need to find joy within us, because when we're in joy, our energy's lighter, less dense, and we can create faster. And so we can manifest faster, and we could bring in the frequency that we're trying to bring in. We can't do that from a heavy, low place. And here's the thing, if you're twins in a heavy, low place because they're uncovering stuff about themselves they have to clear and heal, or they need to break free from, all of that density and your intensity, look what's going to happen. It's just going to keep you both down, and never let the two of you really come fully together. So it's like important that you raise frequency. So I hope that makes sense. I know I've rambled a lot, but hey, it's me. That is who I am. I send you love and light and many blessings for a beautiful Saturday, and I hope to come back again soon. Blessings for a happy union. Namaste. So much love to you.